The 19th of October 2017, United Autosports has announced that Williams reserve driver Paul di Resta will compete for the team at next year's Daytona 24 Hours. Di Resta will pilot the squad's Ligier JSP 217 for the iconic endurance event, alongside the outfit's European Le Mans Series racer Will Owen, which takes place in late January. Di Resta competed in Formula One from 2011 to 2013 with Force India and made a one-off appearance at the Hungarian Grand Prix, in place of the unwell Felipe Massa at Williams. He has been mooted as a potential contender for a 2018 drive at the operation, which has been evaluating Robert Kubica in recent weeks. "I'm really looking forward to racing at Daytona and with United Autosports," said Di Resta, who races full-time in DTM with Mercedes. "I've never done a 24-hour race and never raced a prototype, so it's all new to me, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. The Rolex 24 Hours at Daytona is getting bigger every year, so it's great to be part of it. I plan to do some testing ahead of the race to get integrated into the team and to get a shot at driving the car prior to heading to Daytona in January." McLaren-backed youngster Lando Norris and Phil Hansen will pilot United Autosports' sister Ligier JSP 217. Latest news: 2250 F1 2248 F1 2242 Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel believes more performance can be extracted from the SF70H after enduring a difficult start to the F1 2236. Lewis Hamilton says that he built a solid platform on the first day of practice for the United States Grand Prix, as he pushes F1 2221. Daniel Ricciardo says he has no concerns over driver parity at Red Bull moving forward, in the wake of Max Verstappen's F1 2135 F1 2133. Lewis Hamilton remained at the top of the timesheets during Friday afternoon's second practice session for the United States F1 1943 F1 1845. Williams has been handed a reprimand and a suspended fine for breaching tire regulations during the opening practice session for F1 1842. Check out the blooper reel from McLaren's Spanish lessons video, as the team prepares to spend another year with Fernando. F1 1735 F1 1734. Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton set the quickest time during the opening 90-minute session at a drizzly circuit of the Americas. Ahead, F1 1713. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner says Max Verstappen is in the best place to realize his title ambitions in Formula One. F1 1653. Renault's Nico Hülkenberg, McLaren's Stoffel Vandoorne and Toro Rosso's Brendan Hartley will all take power unit-related grid. F1 1545 F1 1535. Max Verstappen has agreed an extended contract which will see him continue to race for Red Bull for 3 more years, through F1 1306. Prima's quartet of Formula 3 racers, Maximilian Gunther, Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott, try their guessing. F3 1232. Daniel Ricciardo reckons Red Bull can now fight for victory at each Grand Prix, after making gains with its RP13 across the F1 1124. Daniil Kvyat returned to the Formula One paddock in Austin for the first time since he trudged away from his wrecked Toro Rosso F1 1041 as part of the promotional build-up to the United States Grand Prix. Red Bull pair Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen visited F1 1026. McLaren-backed NYCK de Vries is among a handful of drivers who will feature in the DTM Young Driver Test for Audi next. F1 0932. Motopo 926. Aprilia Leix Espargaro believes the operation can still improve its pace, after he led the way during Friday practice for Motopo 853. Toro Rosso has confirmed that Daniil Kvyat will make way for Sean Gelil for the opening practice session at the United States F1 0827. Venturi has confirmed that it will field Mercedes DTM drivers Eduardo Mortara and Mauro Engel in the 201,718 Formula E. FA 0634. Aprilia Leix Espargaro set the pace during Friday practice for the Australian Grand Prix, narrowly edging reigning world Motopo 504. In his latest vlog, reigning F1 champion Nico Rosberg jets back home to Monaco for some top-secret filming in the F1 2304. Brendan Hartley will make a surprise Formula One debut at the United States Grand Prix, stepping in for Super Formula title. F1 2302 F1 2159. Callum Ilott has joined the Ferrari Driver Academy, becoming the first Briton to do so. Ilott, 18, recently completed his F3 2001 watches the guys and girls at the McLaren Technology Center prepare for 2018 with the help of some very unusual accents, as the F1 2000. Sebastian Vettel says Ferrari's season can still be considered as a very good one, despite recent issues, arguing that nobody F1 1909 Pirelli will make a set of prototype intermediate tires available for each driver during Friday practice for the United States. F1 1851 F1 1811 Mercedes Lewis Hamilton has dismissed silly talk over his prospects of securing the 2017 championship at this weekend's F1 1651. McLaren Executive Director Zak Brown says Fernando Alonso buys into the direction the outfit is taking, after confirmation. F1 1631 Fernando Alonso will continue to race for McLaren in Formula One next year, the parties confirmed on Thursday, ahead of the United F1 1548. The British Racing Drivers Club has elected Paddy Hopkirk as its new president, as successor to Derek Warwick. Warwick was F1 1513 Juncos Racing has confirmed that Indy Lights champion Kyle Kaiser will run a partial IndyCar campaign with the team in 2018, as Indy 1443 Formula One has descended upon Austin, Texas for a potentially title-deciding United States Grand Prix. In the build-up to the F1